Hey everybody, welcome to the Hockey Skate Down. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you want to join our hockey team, it's free. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell to all. Thank you all so much. Let's get started. I'm naming this video the Buffalo Sabres, the Season of Change. And I really think it's going to be this for this team. I really like what happened to them this offseason. And, I'm going to start talking about with Kevin Adams how he was chosen to be this next GM. And, I'll get into that in a little bit. But, as far as what's happened to this team in the offseason, they have around $3.5 million in cap space, so they still have a little wiggle room if they want to make some moves entering the season. Their key departures were Marcus Johansson, Johan Larsson, Jimmy Vesey, Wayne Simmons, and Jason Botterill. And with Jason Botterill being fired, they hired Kevin Adams. And I've done a video on it. I'll try to link it at the end because I know it was earlier in my catalog, so sometimes you can't link it because of that. But I didn't know what to expect from him. It was apparent that a change was needed to really change things around. Buffalo hasn't made the playoffs in 9 years, but bringing in a rookie GM was a question mark for me. And in that video, I was very hesitant towards giving it to Adams, but after seeing this offseason and after seeing all the stuff that he's done, the way he's handled the Taylor Hall signing, free agency overall, and the whole draft situation. They released 2 videos, the Sabres did, and I watched both of them. I really enjoyed what they did this season where I watched it. And, just watching him, how he handled free agency, he was given his time to Taylor Hall and his camp, but also not forgetting what he wanted to add this offseason. He went out and added key pieces, and the arrivals are, of course, Taylor Hall, Eric Staal through that trade with Marcus Johansson. I like that trade personally. I really think it's going to be another culture shift for this team. I know he's got a year left and he's but on the older side, but I still like the intangibles he brings to this team. Cody Eakin, I think that's a solid third-line center that they signed. A 2-year deal, which is great. And if he can return, last year he had 5 goals, 10 assists, 15 points. Nothing to wow you. But the year before that, when he played for the Knights, he had 22 goals, 19 assists, 41 points. If you can get that Cody Eakin on this team, watch out. Tobias Ryder, they signed to a 1-year deal. 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points. Nothing to really stand out about, but it's a depth piece. They signed Matt Irwin, Tokarski, and Davidson. So I like the way this team is built this offseason. I really do. And going back to what I was talking about, Kevin Adams, I like the way he handled the Taylor Hall thing. Didn't really push for it, but he was just saying, just let me know if he's interested. We don't want to do anything long term. We want to do something short. That they kind of felt each other out and they knew that they want to do something short and not go long term. As with the whole uncertainty with the NHL and with the whole what Taylor wanted to do with this sort of team. But Taylor said that I was finally able to land somewhere I feel wanted. The feeling was mutual. And that's why he said he wanted to come to the Sabres. And, Coach Kruger had a big influence in that as, he was on the conference calls speaking to Taylor Hall and his agent. And, they have history. They played together. He coached him in Edmonton. And Taylor liked playing for him. He's a player's coach. And, the more you hear about players talking about him, they all say that. Kruger is a coach that, is good for the players and good for the system that he preaches. So I just like what Taylor Hall adds to this team. He just adds a different dynamic. You take him out of the lineup, and it's not the same as him being in it, which is pretty obvious to say, but, he adds a lot to this team. I know he has a lot of question marks around his game, too. His health injury, his health history, his locker room stuff. A lot of people talk about how he's bad in the locker room, but he played for the Devils. I'm very familiar with him. And when he played with the Oilers, I wasn't very familiar with his game. I knew he was a great player, but I didn't know about all the intangibles he brings to the team. You're going to see not only a good goal scorer, you're not only going to see someone who, he's physical out there. He could take a hit, he can give a hit. He's got blistering speed to get up that ice, to make quick transitions to go up the ice. He's good in the defensive zone, doesn't slack off where he doesn't get back into the play. And you're going to see an awesome passer. And I know you're going to want a goal scorer, but this guy is just an excellent passer. And just watching what the potential is with him and Jack Eichel, I want to see them play because they're going to be such a good tandem out there. I grew up watching McGillney and LaFontaine. I kind of want to see that chemistry again because I loved watching those two play. And, you know, I'm not comparing them to Hall and Eichel, but they're just going to be something special to watch like back in the day. You know, and adding a winger like Reinhart or Olofsson, you know, I like Reinhart there, but the more I think about it, Olofsson's more of a pure sniper where if you have Hall, who's a great passer, feeding him the puck, it may help him and his production go up. And then having a second line of Skinner, Staal, and Reinhart, that could be a good chemistry right there. And I love what Staal does to bring Skinner's game back. They're familiar playing with each other in Carolina. You know, they know how to push each other and get them back on track. And I really think Skinner's game is going to come back with playing with Staal as a centerman. I think they're really going to help each other out and get Skinner back to the way he was when he scored that 40-goal year. You know, then you have girgensons, cozens, and Thompson. Hopefully that line can develop something. I think, you know, you could either have Reeder or girgensons there. But, you know, Cozens, they said that he came into the Canada camp, and he looks like a grown man. You know, he added a lot of size, and that's going to help Buffalo out a lot. You know, then you could have Reeder, Eakins, and Okposo. That's a good depth team. Their forward core is really good. Then on defense, you have Dahlin, Ristolainen, McCabe, Jokiharu, Miller, and Montaur. And, you know, I like what they have on defense. You know, there's still a question mark of Ristolainen. He's been in constant trade talks, so, you know, what's going to happen with him. But I like what they have on defense. I think it's a capable defense. And their goaltending of Hutton and Ullmark. I remember seeing something on the NHL Network where they said that Carter Hutton had a vision issue last year, which kind of hurt his season. So they said that he had work done on it to get it addressed, and they say he's going to come into a better season, so maybe that'll help the goaltending situation. And I thought they were honestly okay. I didn't think they were that bad, but, you know, maybe you have a healthier Carter Hutton, an Ullmark who pushes himself, a better defense, and you have that group of forwards that's really improved this offseason. I really think this is going to be a playoff team. You know, they still have to deal with their inconsistencies that they had the past 2 years. The past 2 years, they started off smoking hot. And then towards the end of the year, they kind of falter off and they kind of do this roller coaster throughout the rest of the year and fall short of the playoffs. So if they can have solid net minding, if they can put together good defense with the core they have, and put together that consistency, I really think this could be a playoff team. And I'm curious to see how they're going to mesh well together. I like the way they look on paper, and I'm really anxious to see this team go at it. You know, you speaking to a lot of analysts, you kind of, not speaking to, I mean hearing from a lot of analysts, they said that they have a little cap space to make some moves. You know, Sammy Vanin's still out there if they want to add a defenseman to help out in the power play. You have him out there, and I don't think he's going to command a lot, being that he still isn't signed. And I heard some people linking Haula to the Sabres. I thought that'd be a good add if they can add him as a forward down the line, which I don't think they need, but it's just a name that was out there. I'm like, wow, that would seem really interesting to add him to this team too. But, you know, and I really like what they added the past couple of drafts. You know, Jack Quinn, I know a lot of Buffalo Sabres fans were very hesitant on him being selected. You know, there was still Rossi there. There was still Perfetti there. You know, same thing with the Devils. I thought we were going for Rossi and Perfetti, and we went for Holtz. So, you know, same thing when Buffalo came after us and they picked Quinn. I was shocked, but the more you think about it, I love what Quinn adds to this team. He adds that scorer on the wing to help out Eichel. Keep him there. Keep Eichel there. So, you know, Craig Button talked about Jack Quinn. He said he's the best goal scorer entering the 2020 draft. Scores in multiple ways. Uses a very wide canvas to express his goal-scoring artistry. And they did some sort of ranking for his skating is a 4.5. Hockey sense is 4.5 out of 5. Competitiveness is a 4.5 out of 5. Scoring touch is 5 out of 5. And his shot is 5 out of 5. And when I was watching clips of him leading into the draft, because I thought we would have a chance to get him if he fell to like 10 at the time we were drafting. So I watched a lot of videos on Jack Quinn, and this guy is just a pure sniper. And besides his game offensively, he's got a good game in the offensive zone, working along the boards, playing behind the net, going to the front of the net, you know, finding players. Just this kid is really good. And I really like the situation that he's in Buffalo. And, you know, he recently signed his entry-level deal, so I really like him for this team. I really do. Now, it's not often I say that from a draft, but I really like Jack Quinn going to, you know, Buffalo and potentially having two Jacks on the same line. That'd be pretty cool too. So, you know, I like what the Buffalo Sabres did. I always wanted to do a Buffalo Sabres video, you know, after free agency and the draft and everything. But, you know, I like what they've added. I especially love what I saw from Kevin Adams. And, you know, a lot of people were talking about how nice of a guy he was. And I really think they got a gem of a GM here. I really do. I know it's too early to say that. I know I'm just going off of one off season. But hearing him talk and the way he talked to his staff when they made the draft choice, you know, he just made it seem all about everybody doing their work and thanking everybody instead of him saying, you know, this is going to be my pick. He said, no, this is going to be our pick. So I like how he involves everybody, you know, even with the whole signing process. And I know a lot of GMs do this, but watching it behind the scenes and watching Kevin Adams do it on having a huge burden on his shoulders of, you know, all of Buffalo watching his every move and him judging him, and because of his first year being with Buffalo, I really like what he did and how he handled the situation and how he made it everybody put their part into helping this team and helping him put together a team for this upcoming year. So I really like what they're with direction they're going. I really think this is, like I'm titling this video, the season of change for Buffalo, and you know, hopefully they could put a good product on the ice and have a really good year. So comment below what you think about this, about everything I talked about. Did you like everything that was done? Comment below. And as always, thank you all for your time. I really appreciate you watching this. Smash that like button. If you haven't done so, subscribe to the Hockey Skate Down. Join our hockey team. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of the day. Have a great night, and take it easy.